lovelies, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different as I'm going to unbox my Sigma purchase. The other day I purchased the Ultimate Copper Collection as well as some added brushes, and then I received a free gift for spending over $200, but then was able to use the daylight savings code, and so I spent $150, and I just wanted to show you all what I got for my money as well as my first reactions, as this is going to be my first time opening up the package, and I'm so excited to see how I like everything, as I've heard so many great things. So I just wanted to share it all with you. So let's start. We're going to start off with my added brushes. So they just come in a little separate container like this. I really like that it has that extra boost around it, so that way I know my brushes aren't going to get destroyed or wrecked in the shipping process, which is always really nice to know. So then I can take out my brushes, and I got everything in the copper bristle here just because I really like the gold look, and I thought that would look the best with all my other makeup things. So the first one that I got is the Sigma E40 blending brush, and this is just one that everybody talks about as like the classic eyeshadow blending brush. The E40 is just a staple that I've been hearing since I started watching YouTube, since I started getting into makeup and everything like that, and so I knew this had to be one of them that I put into my collection because how could I not? I already can tell that the brushes are super soft, and I really like that this one is nice and long, but it's not too thick that I know I'm going to be able to use it. I do have an issue sometimes with some of the brushes that people recommend that as really good blending brushes because they're so thick that I feel like it just gets everywhere over my crease and I can't actually have much control over it. But this one is nice and tapered, and so I am going to be able to just fit it right in my crease really well. So I'm really excited to try that out. I do plan on doing a makeup look just using all of the brushes, and so if that's something you guys would like to see, please give this video a thumbs up or leave some comments down below, because that's definitely what I am thinking of doing at this time right now, is just going through and using as many of these brushes as I can in one makeup look. So that is the first one, and I'm already in love. And then the other standalone brush that I got is this fan brush, because the kit that I got didn't come with its own fan brush. But this is the F41 fan brush. So this one is just nice and fluffy. I hadn't really heard much about this one, so that's why I ordered it, and I really wanted to try it out because I do like using fan brushes for my highlight, but I don't like it to apply too densely, and the one that I have right now is a lot thicker. So I'll be excited to try this one out and just see what the difference is between one that is just a lot thinner in size. Alright, so now we will move in to the Ultimate Copper Brush set. And so this comes with 19 brushes. They all have that copper point to them. And we'll just go through all of the brushes that it comes with and see what I think. I'm really excited. They're just all stacked in there like this, so I am just going to pick and pull and see what we come out with. So this is the first brush, and this is the small contour blush. Already looking at it, this actually might be one that I am going to try for contour. When I first looked at it, I was like, I don't know if this is one I'd actually use for a contour. But now that I actually place it there, that would fit right in that crevice kind of well. I guess it would just depend on what kind of look you're going for. This might be one that would really work well if you're going for a really structured contour. The next one is the large angled contour brush. Now, angled brushes, I'm just not as much of a fan of for certain things. Contouring is one of those. So this is one I know I'm not going to use for contouring, but just looking at it, I can tell that this is one that I might really like for like a blush, maybe for under eye. I'll kind of have to play around with it and see what I fall in love with this for, or what it works best for. But I just know for me personally, if I used angled brushes on my contour, even though that is what they're made for, and I know some people who love them, they just tend to get too structured on my face, and I just don't always like the way they turn out. But maybe this will be different, and I will have to try it before I can officially say. This is the Powder and Blush brush, which I already love. Again, I just absolutely adore how soft all of these are, and they all just look so professional, which is one thing. They all do have kind of a pointed end, so there's none so far have been super fluffy that I would want to use for an overall face powder, but I can tell that this one would be, again, of course would work really well for a blush brush, as that's what it says. It also would be one that I would like on my under eyes, as you can really get into that precise area that you're wanting to. Here is my first eye one, and this one is called the Inner Corner. I actually love the fact that they have something called an inner corner brush. It's definitely a very stiff brush, so this is one that would work well on the inner corner. I'm trying to think of other things that I might want to use this for. It could work for packing eyeshadows onto the lid, but it's a little too pointed at the top that I'm not sure if that's definitely something I would love it for or not. Ooh, here is the first Kabuki brush, and this is the angled Kabuki brush. Now, despite what I said before about not liking angled brushes, I do like them when I am using Kabuki brushes, so this works really good when I am contouring with liquid and not powder products. So there are times when I will do looks using liquid contours and different things like that, and then I love the angled Kabuki brush for blending those kinds of things out. I think it works really well at getting right into the areas, and also having that point at the top of the angle where you can just really get into the areas. And then I just have the normal round Kabuki brush, which is gorgeous, obviously. This is one that would work for doing your whole face foundation. This one would also work well for packing powder into the under eyes if you're trying to do more of like a baking, so it's getting really thick in the under eyes. Or if you're someone with oily or more dewy skin, if you want to pack powder all over your entire face to really set it. That's not something I do with my dry skin, but I know people who have oily skin and that is perfect for them. So now I should have looked. I knew right away when I was ordering the E40. I was like, wow, I bet this comes in things. Like, that's a pretty classic brush. But I ordered it anyways because, well, makeup addictions, and I know I don't like cleaning my brushes every day. So here is just another tapered blending brush, because who wants to clean their brush every day and who doesn't want to use this for 18 different colors on their eye looks and not have to clean it out. So we'll just add that over there. Then it also comes with the E35, which is also a tapered blending brush, but it is just a little bit smaller than the E40. You can see here that the E35 is the white one on the side, and that one just doesn't come as much to a point. So I think this one will be a really good one for the transition colors. And then I will probably use the E40 for more of the crease colors or that outer corner. The small angle brush, which I can already look at and tell you might work very well for winged liner, doing that bottom lash line. I'm gonna probably use this with the brown pomades too. Oh, this brush I'm obsessed with. What is it? So this is the E45. This is the small tapered blending. So this is basically the E40, but just smaller in size. Here is a comparison in case you're interested. So it's just, this is what I love, because this is so good when you're doing the very outer corner or your darkest color right in that outer crease. This is the brush you need to just get right into that area and just really get in there and get your dark colors placed where you want them, but it's still fluffy enough that you can blend it out with the same brush. Right now I don't have a very good one that packs the color on right there that I can blend out with, so I'm constantly packing it there and then taking a different brush and blending it out. So that is something that I'm super excited to be in the package, because I will be using it constantly. Now here is your tapered highlighter brush, which of course would be great for your highlighter. This is also one that I really like for under the eyes, or if you bake, to sweep things away there. Alright, so I'm not really sure what Final Cut Pro was thinking when it decided to delete the last part of my video clip, but it did. So I will just talk about the brushes that are now missing from this video, because I didn't want to go back and fake record me opening the boxes. So as you see here, there are some more Kabuki brushes that you did not see me opening. These are the flat angled Kabuki brush, the flat Kabuki brush, and the tapered Kabuki brush. All of these look like amazing basic Kabuki brushes. I will have another video where I try to use as many of the different Sigma brushes that I just received to do one makeup look, and I will try to use as many of these brushes as well, so that way you can see how they work. And here is just some videos of all of those different brushes. Then the other brushes that you won't see is the E05, which is just a standard eyeliner brush, which is self-explanatory, the eye shading brush, and the short shader brush, which both work very well for your lower lash line, or the eye shading brush could also be used to pack shadow on your lid. the pencil brush, which is also really well for putting the darkest shade on your bottom waterline. And then there's also the E25 blending brush, which is similar to the E40 and the E45, except for that it is flatter. So it doesn't necessarily come to a sharper point, actually it doesn't, which you can see in these videos, but it is flatter in its depth in comparison to the other blending brushes. And that is the entire set. I'm sorry about that lost footage. So now the last thing I have in my bag is my free gift. It starts off with this I love makeup. Actually, it says I wake up for makeup. I read? No, apparently I can't. I wake up for makeup bag, and then it comes with some pretty purple brushes in here. I'll be interested to see which of these are doubles. So it starts off with the eye shading brush, which is the E55. Then it also comes with the small angle brush, which is the E65. And then it also has the eyeliner brush, which is the E05. This one, I know I don't have, which is the large shader, the E60. And I actually really like that it comes with this because this is what I need when I just want a complete glitter look. And I want to put glitter over my entire eyelids, which, let's be honest, who doesn't want to do that every day? But here's for the days when I actually can do it and I'm not going to look ridiculous. And then I have the concealer brush, which is actually another one that we didn't have in there. So that is the end of my video. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the description box below. Remember to like this video and subscribe and check out all of my other videos and to stay tuned for a makeup tutorial using all of the Sigma brushes. And let me know if there's any other Sigma products that you guys have and you love and you want me to try out, or if there's other brands that you guys are obsessed with that I should give a try or do a review on as well. I hope this video was helpful to anyone who was thinking about getting the brushes. They're gorgeous, they feel so high quality, and I am absolutely so excited to start using them, so excited to open up and to add them to my collection and to probably make them staples in my collection and see how they work with all of my makeup products. Until next time, have a good one. Obviously this video isn't sponsored. Sigma doesn't even care that I order these brushes, much less that I'm doing a video on them. This is just me ordering some brushes. I thought I would open them up and share them with everyone because I know when I order brushes, I want to know everything about them before I get them to know this is the exact perfect brush set for me. And let's be honest, brushes are just like a girl's best friend. How do you not have 18 of the same ones? Because I'm not cleaning them every day, much less as often as anybody should. And so the more the merrier, plus a makeup bag, plus it's purple. It's to die for. That's all you need in life. Now I'm just rambling. This is just obnoxious of me.